I'm here to pound pussy and open Garbage Pail Kids, but I'm all out of Garbage Pail Kids. Guys, got a really exciting package in today from Mr. James Warhola, the nephew of the famous pop artist, modern artist, Andy Warhol. Cannot wait to open this and show you what's inside. One of the most crazy plot twists is this is not even from James Warhola. He sold me the art from different artists. This is crazy. Let's get inside. Now, it is Garbage Pail Kids, don't worry. This will be all I show you today. Believe me, this is enough. So let's take a look at this. I do want to review some other shit that's related. In fact, let me introduce this bit real fast to you. So if you guys have been tracking my what I've been getting in the mail. Sorry, trying to set this shit up. Okay. Actually, I'm prepared, believe it or not, today. But I just need to get my hands. Okay. Fuck. You're there. Okay. I pulled some cards that relate to these artworks. So about, well, over the summer, I started getting in these concept sketches. These were done by the creators of Garbage Pail Kids. So, class, who are the two creators of Garbage Pail Kids? Mark Newgarden and Art Spiegelman. So, this one here is by Mark Newgarden. See, it has his auto on it. But this is charred coal. Now, this was given to James Warhola to paint. And so, I'm not in love with my little setup today. Let me change. Let me turn right here. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I know everyone knows Charcoal. I forget the series he's from, maybe 11 or something. Yeah, here he is. So now this was the pencil rough for Charcoal. Beautiful, by the way. Holy shit. What I love is seeing how James was given. Oh, now I'm going to really lose my place. Mark Newgarden drew this one, and then you saw what James Warhol turned it into. This. Amazing. So anyway, today I have some more concept sketches. These were given to me, sold to me, sorry, not given, by James Warhol. I paid a lot of money for these. So now, but I just wanted to show you what I have up until we open the new stuff today. So I have vampire art, and he looks like that, right? Jesus. Oh, they're right here. Okay, guys, I'm organized. I'm sorry about this. Okay, here he is. So this is the original concept, and it looks terrible. It looks horrible, right? This is the original concept by Art Spiegelman, the creator of Garbage Pail Kids. And anyway, so hopefully you kind of get what we're going to look at in this package today. It's going to be more of these fucking concept drawings. But these were given to John Pound, Tom Bunk. Now, Tom Bunk threw all of his away. And even James Warhola threw most of his away, but he kept a few. And a few of them were kept by accident, and I got them all. I finally bought them all from him, so we're going to see the final ones today. But anyway, so that's what we're dealing with today. We're going to look at the original concept drawings from Art Spiegelman and Mark Newgarden. So we got Vampire. We got Milky Wayne, which is actually one of James Warhola's first pieces. This is from OS 6. That's when James started his journey. This is a Spiegelman concept for Impelled Gale, done on original Topps paper. One of my favorite pieces of art ever. This is the psychotic, unpublished concept piece by Spiegelman of he's not even a named character because he was so grotesque. It's basically a little child in a high seat getting electrocuted for not eating his food. And yeah. And I might have something else. Yes, so I already had this piece. Now this is a new garden. You can see his auto on it. And this is for this character, and I love how Mark put over here, it's a Chas Adams gag. Chas Adams is another illustrator, like from the past and all. Because, Garbage Pail Kids, not all these were original ideas. And I love how Mark is being very respectful here and putting even on this fucking scratch piece of paper that he took this idea from another artist. All right, guys, let's dive in, and we're going to see some new concept pieces. These will be the final ones. Russ Van bought them all. All right. Today's topic, while I open these, is about my retirement. So some of you know I retired in real life. I retired from work. In fact, I haven't worked since May of 2021. I haven't worked a single day since May of 2021. And let me tell you guys that are looking forward to retirement, it's everything you heard it was and more. It's the greatest thing ever. You will not die. Retirement is not death. That was one thing I always thought about retirement, like I was going to die, like this was the final stage of my life, but it's not, dude. Get to retirement. Let me tell you, get to it. You're not going to die. In fact, you're going to live. So let me get this thing open. I did notice this package came bent. I'm a little worried about it. Okay. I'm going to have to set you down in my little setup. Guys, the reason I'm quitting Garbage Pail Kids is because I retired in like my actual life. And so I'm going to tell you what the phenomena was about collecting Garbage Pail Kids and retirement in real life, and kind of what you might go through. Like, I'm talking about emotionally. And some people, like, it affects them financially. In my case, it doesn't at all. But, okay. First, let's get to this. Who gives a shit about... Okay, the first thing I'm noticing is I have a big crease along this entire packet here. So, that fucking sucks. I sold some art yesterday on Dond, which is the best place to sell art. Garbage Pail Kid art. And I put in my listing, you should always, I think I put this, but you should always ship art in a box. Don't sandwich it. Don't put it in a fucking envelope of all things, because look what the post office does. They don't care, man. You should always ship original art in a box. Okay, let's get this thing out. Wow, it's heavier than I realized. That's what she said. Let me move this fucking box, man. Jesus. Okay, got a long thing here. I'm not going to be reading. Not right this minute. I got a little sketch here. That's really nice. If you ever deal with Warhola, and I hope you do and you should, he is pretty hard to contact because he stays busy. He also stays out of his residence a lot. He travels a lot. But if you can ever like corner him, you'll find that he is instantly one of your favorite people. He's very generous. Oh, look at this. I got even more writing from him. I hope you guys have a minute. I'm taking this slow. I'm sorry, man. This is like a once in a lifetime, or twice in a lifetime for me at least, purchase. And I'm in no fucking hurry here. So, wow. Holy shit. All right, guys, we came to our first one. Let me cover these other ones. Here we go. You can't see him early. Sorry. Oh, and I didn't pull the card for him. Okay, but anyway, here's the first one. Now, this was done by Mark Newgarden. This is Newgarden's concept for Vomited, I believe his name is. Notice it's done on just a piece of fucking copier paper. It's even hand cut. This is something they would have just sketched really quickly. Their goal was to get an idea on a sheet of paper and get it into the right hands. You know, get it into an artist who has time to paint it. So there's the first one. It looks like over here, James has taken the time. Look at this, guys. What the fuck? Bro, how many pieces of paper is this? Oh, here we come to the next one. Look at this. I have basically a book, handwritten book from James Warhol here. All right, anyway, here's Loose Leaf. He looks like this. You're looking at the original Art Spiegelman concept sketch for Loose Leaf. This is a historical moment. These have never been seen before. These were given to Warhol directly from Art. In fact, as this story goes right here, Art would sometimes meet with Warhol in New York, just those two guys, and they would do sketches together. Okay. Anyway, that's really cool, ain't it? Look at that. All right, my hands are now starting to shake. All right. Let's do this. Let me just put the card on the art. That makes a little more sense. And so, oh, and here's, luckily I found, this is on top here. So this is a handwritten certificate of authenticity for just that little piece. Very cool. Look at that. Belongs in a museum. Okay, the next one we have, introducing, wow. Now, we're also learning something here. Did you know that this was done by Spiegelman? I didn't. So there's history that's being learned today. You didn't know that, you know, this could have either been done by maybe Warhol or Newgarden or Spiegelman. So in this very moment with you live, we just learned that this watermelon kid, I forget his name, I don't have the fucking card out, was designed by Spiegelman. Maybe it's written up here somewhere. There he is, Walter Mellon. Now, you might have seen Spiegelman's art before. He can draw. Okay, guys, listen. So, and this is a Newgarden. So, these guys can draw. They're master drawers. Like, they're illustrators, right? So looking at this, you know, it's not very impressive, of course. It wasn't meant to. It's just meant to communicate the gag. The gag is there's a kid made out of watermelons, and he's been sliced to be eaten, and flies are starting to encroach on him and eat him, right, or something. Let's put him here. Got plenty more coming your way. Oh, and I found Vomited. That's his little certificate. Okay, we're getting organized. All right, the next piece. Oh God, is Weird Wendell or something. Okay, got it. Now notice down here, this is a Spiegelman. He put Flasher because at this point Spiegelman has not named this character, right? So they wouldn't always name him because they would wait for the artist. A lot of times they would wait, like almost every time they would wait for the artist just to go ahead and paint the piece before they decided on a name. Because the artist did have some, a little bit of room, little artistic license, we call it, to add details. And you can see Warhol here, this is a Warhol. In fact, I think all these, yeah, these would all be Warhol's pieces, of course. Yeah, these came from Warhol. So, all right. But anyway, we see some buildings, you know. Okay, there's that one. And here's the certificate, handwritten, Jesus. Wow. We got more, got plenty more coming. We're not even halfway there, so stay with me. Guys, I just got to take a moment. I mean, I'm telling you, this is just writing. It's like a heavy stack of writing. It's just, you know, my dad still writes letters. Like, he doesn't have a smartphone. My dad's elderly. You know, like, I think aren't all our dads elderly at this point. But anyway, my dad, he writes letters, and my dad has beautiful handwriting, similar to this. And it's just so touching to think about this man who is just sitting here drawing these. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Uh-oh. Here we go. It looks like a little fucking child drew it, but this was drawn by Art Spiegelman. And, of course, it's Charlie Horse. I know a lot of people don't like Charlie Horse, and I know it's probably a lot of people's one of their least favorite Garbage Pail Kids. But I have actually a memory of this card. I believe it's OS 8, if I remember correctly. But all I remember is being in a car, a white station wagon, with my mom, driving. And we had just gone to pick up OS 8. And I think this was the first card I pulled out of that series. Is certainly in the first pack. And I just remember driving down the road in Atlanta. My mom, I don't know where we're going. Who really cared, right? As a kid, when you had your Garbage Pail Kids, you were like so in this world. And I was just so like we never really had a Garbage Pail Kid quite like Charlie Horse, where you had a full animal like this. It just seemed to have extra details. And plus, if you look at it, the kid is smaller than the horse, so it's almost like he's not even the star of the picture. And it was like, to me, it was like the first Garbage Pail Kid where the kid wasn't as important as the other elements. And so it just always struck me as being odd, and I just love it, man. So having the original Art Spiegelman sketch for it, it's like one of my favorite things, man. It just goes back to my childhood. I don't know if maybe you guys have a Garbage Pail Kid that you like more than your friends like, you know what I mean? Like maybe some weird one that other people don't like. But anyway, that's mine. Yeah, I'm a Charlie Horse fan. Let me try to find, I'm trying to find the thing for it. Oh, it's the last one, of course. Okay, here we go. So here's the certificate for Charlie Horse. And along the way, I found this for Loose Leaf, but I thought I already had one for Loose Leaf. So that's very weird. He did two for Loose Leaf. Oh, man. Oh, no. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, the next piece is a stunner. Oh my God. We're getting 2 for 1. This is incredible. Obviously by Art Spiegelman here. We got, obviously, William Penn, or whatever his name is. I pulled the card. Phil Grimm. But up here we have an extra Garbage Pail Kid that was never made. And there's no title on here of who this might have been, but this is an unpublished concept. But anyway, back down to here. Very cool. Look how Art put in the banner. Very cool. So let me find the paper. Unfortunately, the notes were not in order with the sketches, so I'm having to go through them. There he is. Okay. Wow, nice little combo here. So, to me, this is just totally makes it. I could see these in a frame. I think I would even frame this because it's from Warhola. the nephew of Andy Warhol, and he's, especially this piece, I mean, it even has some red highlighting, which is weird, makes it super aggressive looking. And then when you look at the card, you realize, oh, he does have blood on him, or oh, it's tomatoes in it. Anyway, there's that. All right, the next piece is, I mean, I pulled him, but I don't remember his name by heart. C.D. Sidney. Let me find the paper for him while we look at it. So I guess Warhol, I had to look up these names. There he is. Last one, of course. See, I might just reverse the order of these. There we go. C.D. Sidney. So as you can see, this we learned right here on the spot. So C.D. Sidney was designed originally by Art Spiegelman, painted by Warhol. Okay. Next up is a bigger sheet of paper on a different type of paper. From what I read, what I've learned is that they were just using whatever paper was at hand. But anyway, this is Cheryl Peril. Very nice, and this was designed by Art Spiegelman. Looks like his style. And let me find the paper. That's got to be it. Nope. I'm not used to looking at handwritten things, honestly, so I'm having a little trouble finding these easily. And I don't even, oh, there it is. He used the other name. Okay, so Deflated Nathan, that's right. Okay, anyway, so here is the original historical concept art by Art Spiegelman. Hot Aaron, though, what's going on here? Oh, wait, I got the wrong one, don't I? Why is that 311 and that's 351? Okay, something's going wrong here. Bro, guys, I'm sorry. I wish you could see everything I'm trying to deal with at the same time. It's a lot. So, I don't know what's going on. Either this number's wrong or something's wrong. I guess we'll figure out in a minute. We got more to look at. All right, the next one up is this one, Reptilian Lillian, coiled by a python, drawn originally by Spiegelman. Here we go, figured this one out. J. Prey, right? Very cool. Always liked this one. I mean, it's assumed that this kid is going to die. Okay, the next up is, guys, we're looking at a legal pad, a legal yellow piece of paper. I'm looking through the phone with you, and I'm telling you it's more yellow in real life. It looks like it was torn. I mean, it doesn't look 35 years old, but it looks like maybe 20 years old. I mean, it's faded, but not as faded as you're seeing. But anyway, this is the cat scratch character, and I did not pull the card for him, unfortunately. But anyway, here is the paper. Scratching Pole Paul. Yeah, this one's very rough. I wonder what art, this is Art Spiegelman's. I wonder what he's covering up there. Guys, if you're just joining me, I see a lot of people joining, coming in and out. I know it's like the middle of the day. Yeah, we're just opening up an archive of original concept art recently discovered, recently pulled by another legendary artist, James Warhola. And it took a lot of time and money to get all these, but wow, Christmas came early, yeah. All right, let's look at the next one. They just keep coming. Wow, this is a big sheet of paper. This is a full sheet of paper, like the almanac, right? Yeah, this is obviously Edward Hopper, named after the famous American realist. Oh, here's Lame Limb, though. That's his alternative name. And it just says here, pool toy, and then, oh, indoor. Indoor. What's cool about this is we get two sketches here. It looks to me like this is a Spiegelman. He did like, and we call this gesture drawing. It's where it's kind of quick and, you're just trying to lay down the form of it. But anyway, he probably drew this first, right? And then he came back and did more, rendered it a little more sharply. Because I think he probably thought giving this to James would be a little, he had to give a little bit, put a little more work into it. All right. Anyway, that's that one. Let's find there he is. Found that one pretty quick. Edward Hopper. Okay. I'm out of room. Let's see. Put him there. There we go. Yeah, when you deal with James, you're going to get lots of paper in the mail. Okay, anyway, here's the next one. Another big sheet of paper. Very cool. I love this character. Suitcase. Suitcase. This one has a lot going on. I mean, we basically have 3 different sketches here. Looks like this is Art Spiegelman's, but it looks like he was trying to nail down how the kid would look. This is like just the card image, but then he was like, okay, how can this purse become a kid? And let's see what James Warhola did with it. And while you look at that, let me find the paper. Oh. Packed Mac? That's got to be it. Yeah, matches the number. Okay, Packed Mac, I guess alternative name. Very cool piece, full page there. Very nice. Completely out of room at this point. We're going to have to start stacking. Okay, next piece. It looks like, okay, there's 2 more after this one right here, okay? This is obviously Short Mort. One of the craziest Garbage Pail Kids of all time. It's just funny to me, this head that's sitting on a little dolly, a little cart thing. And there's just, I don't know, it's kind of random, a cup of pencils there and a crutch. It's one of the most cruel ones to me. It's just so bad. And you look, this is Spiegelman's, but if you look at Art Spiegelman's concept, to me it looks like a little apple, with some shit coming out. And he doesn't explain what this is, so. Crippled head. Isn't that cool? Another thing on some of these, you'll see numbers. So Art Spiegelman would have a stack of concepts for the upcoming series, and he would number his concepts. So this is the 10th concept for series, I don't know, 8? Sorry guys, I don't know what series that's from. All right, I think it's 8. Holy shit. So guys, I got a freebie. My goodness gracious. Just okay, I figured it out. So remember where I said I don't know why he gave me 2 loose leaf? These aren't duplicates. He gave me a free artwork. Probably because I spent so much fucking money. Get ready, guys. We're going to look at the final pencil rough, it looks like, for loose leaf. James Warhol in 1987. All right. And what's cool is we got the Spiegelman, and we just got almost the whole little package here. Now, just so you know, Warhol did not do many color roughs. He would occasionally do them, and later on in his career with Garbage Pail Kids, he would do color roughs. It wasn't consistent though, but back in the day, back in the 80s, he didn't typically do a color rough for these. So there's probably not a loose leaf color rough. There's probably just a painting, right? The final art, we call them. But wow, what a little collection here. And all this would definitely come with these two, autograph certificate, handwritten certificates here. All of it, wow. All that's missing is a Spiegelman auto on that piece. Okay, got one more thing coming your way. Oh, this was the Noah. Okay, here he is. Sorry, I forgot that. But anyway, this goes with Noah body. All right, guys, we got one more, and it's another freebie. And it's very ugly, but it's so cool. I'm going to show you this before I show you the artwork. The concept sketch for Ground Chuck, art direction by Newgard and Spiegelman. All right. It's bad, but it's good too. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. That's special. That's very special. Wow. Yes. Just yeah. Wow. That's nice. Very nice. So I'm going to review these really quickly. I'm just going to pull them. I'm going to put them in a stack right here, basically. So let's look back at everything. I got a lot of people coming in sort of late here. That's what she said. Anyway, so here we have Ground Chuck. This is a Spiegelman. Yeah, that's a Spiegelman. And what's cool is, history's been made today. It's not amazing fucking history, but we're learning who fucking came up with these ideas right on the spot. So, Ground Chuck. There you go. Okay. The next up was Reptilian Lillian concept piece by Spiegelman. Next we have another Spiegelman. Most of these are Spiegelman today. But this is Hot Aaron. That's how I know his name. So, guys, I'm still confused why he put Deflated Nathan here. Oh, I see some questions or something. Sorry, I'm just so in. Let me get through this real quick, and sorry, guys. I have like a lot of papers and shit. Just so many like words I'm having to deal with. Okay, but anyway, the next one is Noah Body, original concept piece by Spiegelman. This was pretty incredible. This 3 sketch combo for Sue Case, Spiegelman. Probably my favorite, or one of my favorites of today, was Charlie Horse. And I told you the story, just childhood memory there. Yeah, maybe the best one of the day was this piece for Phil Grimm, where we get this very mysterious extra drawing here of a character we will never see. To me, it looks like maybe a spider, like spider webs or something. I don't know why looks like an X here with the arrow here. I'm more interested in this than this for some reason. It's so cool. I just like how he rendered that head there. Very cool. All right, the next one we saw today was C.D. Sidney by Art Spiegelman. We also saw Weird Wendell colored concept. Looks like marker and color pencil, guys. And notice that this Spiegelman, notice he has a lady here who is witnessing this boy Flasher. I guess that was too much for 1987. 87, right? Yeah, 87. All right, the next piece was Vomited, which is the only piece today by Mark Newgarden, but this is a Newgarden. I don't know if you can see it's in a different style, a little different style. Still scribbly, you know. The next was I love this piece, Walter Mellon, just a feel-good character. I always like that character. We also got Scratching Pole Paul concept piece on a legal pad of all things by Spiegelman. We got Edward Hopper. Got two drawings here, Spiegelman. And then we got two pieces for loose leaf. We got Spiegelman's concept, and we got Newgarden's pencil rough. And then I got a fucking whole page that I have not read yet by Warhola with a little drawing at the bottom. And I also showed you some of the concepts from over the summer, Spiegelman and some other shit. Okay, so but you can look back in the video and see those. Wow, that's a lot. So hope you guys like that. I forgot even what my topic was today. I only have one more video planned, and then I'm out of here, guys. I'm definitely retiring from Garbage Pail Kids. It's been super fun. Oh yeah, let me read. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Right. So it is amazing how Warhola is writing all this out. You know, if something were to happen to any of these guys, think about all the stuff they would take to their grave. That's not the greatest way of putting that, but you know what I mean? Like, there would be so much loss, like little tidbits and stuff. And, you know, and I said earlier that we learned a little history today. It's not like super important history, but I think it is a little important to some of these artists. You know, we get to see who came up with what. And we didn't know that. You know, we didn't know some of this stuff till today, and or with pieces like that, not just my stuff, but, you know, we learn like little parts to this whole story of Garbage Pail Kids. I think it's a beautiful story, really. I mean, we're seeing guys come up with some pretty sick ideas, you know. These are some nasty little ideas. Look at this. What comes out of our heads is sometimes pretty vile. I mean, a little girl dressed up in a fairy costume being impaled by her hero, a unicorn or whatever, killed by her own dreams, you know, her fantasies. A cow being used for milk, you know. Now, this one isn't as bad as some of the other ones. I love this one. Yeah, guys. So I guess I think I was talking about retirement or something. So, yeah. I'll just say this before I leave. So, you know, when I retired, since I've been retired, it's been harder and harder for me to make purchases, to rationalize purchases. So, like, I can use this for example. So I had to spend a lot of money to buy these. These were not given to me. Now, two of them were because I spent so much money. And this one deal took over 3 months. Just this one deal took 3 months for me to complete this deal. And that's a lot of, that's even money. You know, your time is money. I mean, my time is money. You know, what is my time worth? What's your time worth? So, I mean, this is all money. So, but anyway, since I retired, it's becoming hard and harder for me to rationalize spending money. So let me explain this. So most of you guys are workers, right? You work, right? You have a job. You might be at your job right now. All right. So I used to work too. I used to be a teacher. And let me tell you something. When I was a teacher, I worked my fucking ass off. I was an art teacher for 22 years, a visual art teacher. I taught college classes sometimes at night on top of teaching high school. And I taught elementary for years as well. I taught all the grades. And so being a teacher of any sort is hard. And I know your job is hard too. Working, you know, sucks on some levels. But my point is this. Garbage Pail Kids was my escape. I could get home after work, after teaching my fucking ass off all day, putting up with little kids' nasty mouths, and I could go into this world. I would go into this world. I could lose my head into this world. Because going back into our childhood, into those good memories of being a kid, is very comforting. It's a safe place for many of us. Because the world can be dark and hard. There's a lot of work to be done out here, but after work, it feels good to enter Potty Scotty's world, you know, where things are fun and not very important. So my point is this. I don't work anymore. Why do I get to reward myself if I don't work? Yes, I retired. I got retired with benefits or whatever. You know, it wasn't in any sort of bad way, but still, it's hard for me to purchase this stuff as a retiree when I haven't worked to earn it. And here's another thing that you might not realize about retirement. When you go to work, all you're thinking about is work, right? Well, I don't get that. I don't get that privilege anymore. I never get to leave Garbage Pail Kids. I'm in Garbage Pail Kids 24/7. That's why I'm going crazy. Because what I used to be so obsessed with, Garbage Pail Kids, now I get to do Garbage Pail Kids 24/7. No one tells me what to do. I don't have a job. I don't have to go to work. They pay me to stay at home, basically. You know? So it's weird collecting Garbage Pail Kids after you retire. It's just fucking weird, dude. And I don't feel like I can control it. Like I can't turn off Garbage Pail Kids. I can't go to a job where I can turn my mind to a job. I'm in this all day long. This is my world. I'm in this. And this is probably what my head looks like every day. Now you would have to add some candy to it and some toys. Here you go. Here's something. This is what my head looks like. And I never get to leave it. I have to, what I used to love, what I used to rush home to every day, now I live in it, and it sounds good to do that, but it starts to drive you insane because I can't leave it. I don't have a job anymore to like forget about it. So my hobby is now my job pretty much. And I don't know, man. It's just something I never thought about, and I don't know how to turn it off. And so what I'm going to try to do is just deactivate Facebook probably later this week, and then just try to see if I can turn all this noise off, man, and just kind of get back to just a healthier level. I don't know, man. Are you obsessed with Garbage Pail Kids like I am? Is Garbage Pail Kids your escape? Yeah, of course it is, right? Another thing I was doing too, as a, back in the day, when I was stressed out at work, I would purchase something off eBay, and it would help me get through the day. It was like a reward for me, and it's very it's almost a little self-destructive. But there was this feeling that I was rewarding myself. I mean, you know, if I worked my ass off, I would get a nice paycheck and I could buy what I truly loved, which was, you know, cheap toys or whatever. And but what if you don't work anymore? What if you lose your job or you get retired? That changes how you collect. It changes your mind. There's nothing to reward myself. Why should I get a reward? I didn't work for this. And the main point is, I'll just leave you with this, is I can't get out of it now. Like I used to I'd get up 6 o'clock every day, take a shower, get dressed, put on my outfit for, you know, a teacher, what teachers wear, you know, nice, something nice. And when I put on what I would wear to work, I turned into a teacher, right? I would get to school. There's so much to do as a teacher that you can't think about anything else. And I don't know if you have a job like that where when you're at work, you can't think about mannequins. You know what I'm saying? Some of you have such stressful jobs, you can't think about GPK almanacs. And my point is, when I retired and I'm not working anymore, I don't ever have a break from this. Now I don't have a break from this. And I'm not going back to work. I can't work anymore. So I'm in this spot where I don't have a choice. The only ways out of this is I run out of money, suicide, or I somehow deactivate Facebook and somehow try to get some sort of rehab on impulse spending. And it would be nice just to just deactivate this shit. I mean, honestly, I didn't have to go through Facebook to get all this concept art. Most of the shit I love, you don't find on Facebook. You don't find in any of these groups. The stuff I collect, I mean. Now, some of you collect cards constantly. You need these other people, but I don't. You know, I'm just here for friendships and attention and shit, you know, just to stroke my ego. But some of you actually have to be here. I don't actually have to be here. None of the stuff I've been buying recently comes off of fucking Facebook. I have to like reach out to people and the stuff I love, at least. I don't know what you guys are collecting, but so anyway, just be aware that when you retire, things change, man, for the good. But some things are like too good. And living in this world might sound, wow. When I retire, I get to focus on all the hobbies I love. Yeah, you do. That's true. It's true. But what you don't understand is your hobby becomes your job, because the mindset you had as a worker will go into whatever you do next, whatever you love. And that's why you see me on Facebook every day making fucking live streams. And when you don't see me, I'm scrounging and bugging artists and stuff. These people are sick of me, dude. They're like, go get a job, dude. So let it be a warning to you. Yes, you need to get to retirement. Life does start, but just realize it's almost like you need an outlet for Garbage Pail Kids. And maybe I do have more energy than most of you. I just have so much energy. So I don't know. Maybe it's a personal problem. But you guys have a good rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed some of this. Probably the art. It's loose leaf. All right. Well, guys, there's only one video left in this Quitting Garbage Pail Kids series. Today I dug down a little deep to tell you some pretty personal shit about retirement. But yeah, this is it. Got one more video for you. So make sure when I make the next video that you tune in for part 100. It's going to be a doozy. How does all this end? We will see. Russ Van out.